Well, for more, Tom Jenkins, CEO of the European Tourism Association, joins us now live from London. Thanks so much for being with us. So this 14-day quarantine, I mean, it basically renders tourism impossible because most people average only have a week, maybe 2 weeks for their entire holiday anyway. So the government is more or less saying we're not ready to restart tourism like so many other countries right now. Is that not acceptable?
Well, I think the extraordinary thing about it is that they've only introduced it now. The time to have introduced it, if you were worried about foreign people coming into the UK, would have been 2 to 3 months ago. It looks as if this is a populist gesture, to be frank with you. They have yet to provide any scientific evidence to back up this new move. And I think it definitely delivers a devastating blow not only to the airlines, but also to all the players who are involved in both inbound and outbound traffic from the UK. And the UK is, one of the largest markets for tourism in Europe, and is also within the UK, tourism is a vital component of the economy. But I think they're doing this mainly to show that they're hanging tough, frankly. We can find no other explanation for it.
Let's be honest, though. I mean, every industry was hit hard. And whether or not they were, late in responding with these types of measures is kind of beside the point. The virus is still out there. They want to keep the UK public that was desperately hurt by the coronavirus. They want to keep the public safe. So, I mean, how successful would legal action actually be in that context?
Well, the beauty of the legal challenge is it's law. Mercifully, the government hasn't any control over the law. But I think the idea that they're keeping the public safe by doing this is highly questionable. They've already made it clear that I think. Sorry, just to rephrase the point. What's extraordinary about this is that they say they will only establish air bridges, which is their one the one exception that they will deliver. They will only establish air bridges with countries with a lower infection rate than the UK. Now, this is not difficult to find. But what does the country say when you ask them to establish an air bridge with yourself? If you are only willing to do business with people with a lower infection rate than you, are they expected to do business with someone with a higher infection rate than you? Ultimately, this is a pandemic. It's a highly infectious disease, and it's more or less everywhere. And you're not really helping the situation by banning air traffic.
What about the UK public? I've seen some surveys that say there is popular support for stopping international tourists from arriving right now. I mean, where does that leave that kind of legal action then? If the public doesn't feel safe yet opening their doors to international tourists, what can you do?
Well, I think you're finding the explanation for why the government has done this. It lies outside the scientific reasons, and it lies outside business reasons. You have a situation which is governed by popular sentiment, and I think at the moment the population has been rightly frightened by what's happened, and the government is playing into this.
Okay, just give us an idea then from the tourism perspective. I mean, how much is really at risk? We already said the airline industry and the tourism industry has arguably taken the hardest hit business-wise from the pandemic. So if this 14-day quarantine keeps going for the, unforeseen future, how much damage will there be to the airlines?
Well, to the airlines, they have no business. I mean, that's a...
Will they go under, or will the government prop them up?
That I can't answer. I assume the government will give them support, but it is that's beyond my ken. What's important is the £30 billion hit that the UK inbound tourism market is going to receive, and tourism is a lifeblood of places like London. The foreign tourists make up 50% of the spend in Oxford Street. They underpin 30% of the theatres, and even were these places to open up, they're going to struggle if there are no foreign tourists.
Okay, Tom Jenkins, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for being with us on the NewsHour.